Hey ladies and gentlemen, it's your boy Stu Builder back with a new video. Today we're going to be talking about badges for real player. Alright, so I'm going to go with this build right here. It has 30 shooting badges, so we'll just go with it. Alright, so I'm going to do this a roll at a time, and then I'm going to go off what I would run. Because for real player percentage, some badges just don't even activate, and some rarely activate. Let's start with this first roll going across here. Blinders rarely activate because of real players based off how open you are, and I'm not going to say they don't ever go off, but it's very rare. I tried to run them a lot, and they just almost never. Like when I say almost never go off, I mean almost never. I think I've seen blinders go off maybe once, and that was me playing on it for a month. So I just wouldn't run it like at all, really, just because real player, it just isn't gonna let it happen. Catch and shoot, good badge. I usually run in the Hall of Fame because I mean it's in, especially if you have a below 83 ball, then this is definitely gonna help it go in, more than not. Because those that don't know real player doesn't really go off shot timing. It goes off the percentage of whatever your three ball is. So if you have below an 80, you might shoot 50% or worse. So catch and shoot really saves you, especially with catch and shoot corner specialist. That really saves you when you have a 70 ball. But if you're 80, 85 and above, like you don't really need the badge, but it's still a good badge. Chef, if you dribble, if you shoot off the dribble a lot from the three, then it should be right here. If you really don't do it that much, I'd probably go silver or bronze, just in case you're in a situation to where you need to do it. But if you do it all the time and you like to right left or whatever you like to do, then chef is definitely needed. I'm gonna go off. Let's say you're an average spot up, can shot create a little bit. Player, I'd probably go gold to hit in the in between. Same with Circus threes, exact same situation. If you shoot off the dribble a lot, then you're gonna want it, especially in 3-point. But if you don't, you're more of a spot up, or if you're more of a mid-range shot creator, then it isn't that ideal. Clutch shooter, I've never seen this badge go off. I played with it for a month and never saw it go off. Not saying it won't go off because I didn't think blinders and deadeye would go off, but I've seen blinders go off twice and deadeye go off once in a month. Now clutch shooter I've never seen go off, in which it's supposed to go off all the time when you're shooting in the fourth quarter. It just wouldn't go off for me, so I don't know. I don't run it. Maybe y'all can experiment with it. Tell me what you think, but I don't run it. Corner specialist, a lifesaver, especially if you have a below 83 ball, lifesaver badge right there. And if you shot create in the mid range a lot, you're gonna want this as well. Or if you like to run to corner three and shoot off the dribble or stop and pop, then this is a great badge. I always run a Hall of Fame. I actually think it's better than catch and shoot just because it gives you a bigger boost. So if I only have 7 badges on a player or something, then this is how I'd run it. But if I can get both of them, I try to get both of them. Deadeye, like I said, in a month went off one time. It just doesn't, just because of how real players set up. Like it's set off of how open you are with whatever attribute your 3-point is, so it's just not going to go off. Difficult shots, for me, a lifesaver. I always run Hall of Fame. If you're more of a spot up, then I'd probably not even run it, honestly. Now, if you're a spot up and then you like to shot create in the mid range, then I'd go Hall of Fame. But I'm gonna go a gold badge, because it is a good badge, but not all players use it. Same with fade ace, it will go off too, and if you like to fade a lot, especially if you have a high fade, then I'd definitely go Hall of Fame. But if you don't really fade that much, because not many players in the game fade a whole lot, I would probably not run it at all, or run it on like silver or something. If you do it like half the time, then maybe run it on silver. I'm gonna leave it at silver and not gold. I keep these on gold because some players absolutely need it, and then other players you shouldn't even put it on. This one, not very many people use it, so it's gonna be a silver. But when you do use it, it should be Hall of Fame. Green machine will never go off. Will not. You'll never see green machine go off on a real player because you can't green a shot. So green machine will never go off. Do not put green machine on. Um, Hot Zone Hunter. This is a great badge, absolutely good badge. Um, you should run it honestly because no matter where you're shooting from, if you have a hot zone there, this badge is gonna go off. It doesn't matter if you're shot creating, spotting up, doesn't matter. Even fades it goes off on. So, oh, and post hooks as well. Just to let you know, this will go off. So this is like a great all around badge. Now, I never run in a Hall of Fame because the boost from gold to Hall of Fame isn't that great compared to gold to silver. So I usually run it on gold. Um, Now, if I have a surplus of badges, like on this player I have 30, yeah, I'd probably run a Hall of Fame. But I usually run it on gold. Limitless Spot Up. If you are a Spot Up with a high 3 ball, then it needs to be Hall of Fame. If you are not a Spot Up, then I wouldn't even worry about this badge. And if your 3 ball isn't super high, then I wouldn't go no more than bronze or silver. Especially if you don't have a lot of badges, then I wouldn't run it at all. I'd say if you have an 82 or higher, then yeah, um, this badge will be pretty good, especially somewhere between gold and silver. If you have 85 or higher, then yeah, I'd probably say go ahead and put it there. Just because if you're open, you're hitting it, and if you're quite a ways away from 3 point, they're less likely to guard you, so you're open. And if you're open, you're hitting it. So for this badge, I'm gonna go silver, just because not every it's a very situational badge. Depending on what your player is how I would use it. Lucky number 7, I would say it's the only reason I'd say Hall of Fame is because I would put this on Hall of Fame if I have a surplus amount of badges. So if I have 30 badges, then yeah, I'm gonna put it on Hall of Fame. But I don't have a build with 30 badges, 30 shooting badges. So, but I'm gonna go tell you this badge is great on bronze and silver. Like those, it's no matter what you're running, unless you just have 10 or less badges, I would put this badge at least on bronze because it goes off every time in the first 7 seconds. It goes off, and it's a pretty decent boost too. So I'd probably say silver just because of how much it goes off. Because like if you shoot in those first 7 seconds, you make it. It's going off. Like it's going into effect. Mismatch Hall of Fame badge, especially if you have enough badges for sure. Um, Definitely a Hall of Fame badge. Like no questions asked. Okay, I'm gonna take these badges away so I can continue. But mismatch, it's awesome. Even if you do have a bigger shooter, um, so this is the closest thing to Deadeye we get, honestly. As real player shooters, this is the closest thing we get to Deadeye. So even if you are a taller shooter, I would still put it on because then if a 7 footer's trying to block you or whatever, then you still have a good chance of making it. And it goes off a lot, especially if you're shooting off the dribble a lot. It goes off. Trust me. Um, Now, I wouldn't say it's a mandatory badge to shoot on real player because you're trying to shoot wide open or open. When you're shooting real player, you're not really trying to take contested shots. But if you're good at taking mid-range dribble pull-up mid-ranges or dribble pull-up threes, then mid-range, then this is an awesome badge for you. Even if you're a spot up, like this is just a good all-around badge. I'm gonna leave it on Hall of Fame. Rhythm shooter, I've never been able to get it to come up, even when I break down my defenders. So if you don't know what this badge is, it's after you break down your defender, and then shoot, it should go off. Like if you do a dribble move, whatever, you cross him up and shoot, it should go off. The problem is, you don't really do that a whole lot in 2K. My career, yeah, that would be great. But the problem is I can't even get it to go off in my career. So, I mean, I've seen it go off 2 or 3 times, but it doesn't go off every time you break down your player. And when you're playing in the game, if you do right-left, it doesn't go off because you're not using a dribble move. If you are stopping and going, it doesn't go off. That's not a dribble move. So it literally has to be a step back or a size up for it to go off, and then it still may not go off, depending on how long it takes you to shoot after you use that move. So I wouldn't run it. Set shooter, I like set shooter, but the problem is with you being on real player, you want to shoot it. This is mainly for spot ups because you can't even shoot off the dribble and get this badge. So this is for spot ups. If you're spotting up and you catch the ball, you want to shoot it right away. Mainly because you're the most open when you first get the ball. I mean, unless your defender runs up to you and then runs away from you, which I'm not saying that doesn't happen, it just doesn't happen a whole lot. But you're most open when you first get the ball. So you want to shoot as soon as you get it, and you want to have a fast jump shot. But set shooter, it takes a second and a half to activate. So if you're open for that long, then yeah, but you're not going to be open for that long a lot. Maybe if you're like the first one down the court or something and you catch it, I don't know. I'll put it on bronze, mainly because it can be used good with real player, but it just kind of goes against the ideology of real player, of the reasons you'd want to run real player. Slippery off ball. this is a good bet. It doesn't really help you shoot. It helps you get open without the ball. I mean, it's really a Hall of Fame badge, but I never run on Hall of Fame because I feel like I don't ever need it on Hall of Fame. I always run it silver or bronze, depending on if I have a surplus amount of badges or not. I mean, it's a decent badge. Now, if you're a slasher and you can't shoot at all, then this is the badge you should put on. But for a shooter, I just run it on bronze max. Sniper will never go off because it has to do with shot timing, and we're not using shot timing, so it will never go off. Do not ever put this badge on. Stop and pop is a good badge, especially if you like to stop and pop. It only goes for the 3 though. It doesn't activate in the mid range, so that's why it's not a Hall of Fame. And not everyone does it. Most people are spot ups, but usually when spot ups try to shot create, they stop and pop. Not many spot ups like to shoot off the dribble. And most spot ups usually don't have that high of a 3 ball either. They're usually more of a versatile build. But I mean, it is a good badge. I'm gonna put it on. Yeah, I'd probably say silver. I'd say it and Limitless is pretty much it's situational. Yeah, that's all I have to say about that badge. Volume shooter. I'm gonna say Hall of Fame. I didn't think this badge was that good. Even like when I wasn't a Uniro player, I didn't think this badge was that good. But trust me, this badge is. It's kind of like Mismatch Expert and Lucky Number 7. It goes off all the time. After your first shot, it pretty much goes off every shot afterwards. Now, would I put it on Hall of Fame? Maybe not. It doesn't give you that big of a boost, but it does go off every time to give you that small amount of boost. So, I mean, I'd say silver or gold. Hot Zone Hunter and Difficult Shot is definitely better than this badge, so I'd probably go silver. But this badge is definitely better than Limitless, Lucky, and Stop and Pop, and Ace Fades. So it just depends on if you're gonna use this badge or not, really. All right, now I'm gonna show you what I would do badge-wise if I had only 10 badges, only 15, only 20, and then what I would do with my full 30. Alright, so if I only have 10 badges, and let's say I have Hall of Fame shooting, only 10 badges. Well, let's go gold first. If I only have gold badges, and I get 10, I'm going to go 3 there, 3 there. I'm going to be a spot up. I'm probably not going to dribble shoot. Because I probably have if I only have 30, or if I only have 10 shooting badges, I probably don't have a high 3 ball. So this is probably what I'd do. I would go gold catch and shoot, gold corner specialist, gold hot zone, and bronze mismatch. But this bronze mismatch could go a few places. I'd put it here, or I'd put it on lucky, or I'd put it on volume. So I'd put it somewhere on those 3. Just because those badges constantly come up. They don't give you a huge boost, but they always come up. Like, they're very dependable badges. If I have Hall of Fame badges, on the other hand, then I'm going to do that right there. That's going to be my only difference. I'm going to take away that extra bronze badge you put on corner. Because I'm telling you, man, corner, it will save you. Especially if you have a low 3 ball. Hall of Fame corner specialist will save you. Now, if I have 15 badges, and let's say they're all bronze, with 15, I probably can shoot from the mid-range decently. I probably have a high 70s, low 80s, maybe a mid 80s, depending on how I did it. So I'm going to put you on gold. Go ahead and put you on gold. Let's see, that's 9, 12, 15. Yeah, that's probably what I'd do right here. This is probably what I'd run. And I actually have a player that has 15. I'm pretty sure this is exactly how I set it up. But yeah, this is pretty clutch. This is a pretty clutch lineup right here. Now, if I have Hall of Fame, I'm going to do that. And I'm going to do that. Just because I shoot off the dribble mid-ranges a lot. It's my go-to when I try to shot create. So I love these two badges. These are probably my two favorite badges. I'm not gonna say they're the two best badges, but they're my two favorite because I like to mid range. I like to shoot off the dribble mid ranges in the corner. So those are my two favorite badges. And corner specialist. I can't preach this enough. This dude will save your life, especially if you have a low three ball or a low mid range. Like I have a build that doesn't have a three ball at all, but I have a 75 mid range. Corner specialist, the only thing that keeps me alive on that build. All right, so now 20 badges. Okay, but only gold. Let's see, so that's 15. So I got 5 to play with. So I probably have a low. So I definitely have a low 80s to high 80s, somewhere in the 80s. Maybe even depending on what pie chart it is, it may be even a 90. But I only have 20 badges. So stop and pop maybe. And then I get 2 more, and I'll probably do that. That's probably how I'd run it. Because I like to spot up at my 3 and then shot crate to the mid range. Now, if I'm on a pure shooter, which you'll see in a minute when I have 30, these badges are definitely being ran, especially if I have a 93 ball or something. Oh yeah, definitely. Okay, so now let's go. If I had Hall of Fame with 20. Yeah, I'd probably run this right here. That's probably the only difference. For sure. Alright, now let's say I have... You can't have a gold 30, so I'm going to go ahead and say Hall of Fame 30. Definitely going to go there and there. Probably there. Yeah. Yeah, this is probably what I'm going with right here. You know, blinders, deadeye is not real effective. Same with clutch. I don't really fade a whole lot. If I'm on a fading build, that's different. Green machine doesn't work. Rhythm shooter hardly works. Volume shooter and lucky. If I had more badges, I'd put them on. Like I could take away. Like if I really wanted those 3 badges, what I would probably do. And if I have a high 3 ball, so this is if I have a high 3 ball, I'd probably do that. That's probably what I would do. But that's only if I have a high 3 ball. Now, if I'm a post scorer slasher type that can shoot, I would do this. And let's say I don't even have a 3 ball. Let's say all I have is a mid range, but I can post score and shoot pretty well. Or I mean, post score and fade pretty well. I'd go there, no stop and pop, corner specialist, hot zone. Let's say I only have gold badges. Lucky 7, mismatch. Catch and shoot. So that would be pretty ideal for only having a mid-range and going. But I mean, that's 22 badges. I doubt if you can't shoot threes very well, you have 22 badges. So let's say we have 15. 15 seems like a solid number. Then I'd definitely go. I need to take 1 away. Ooh, this is a hard one, real hard one. Because I don't know, because I'm going to take away from slippery. Okay, so if I'm a slasher, I still have my slippery off ball. So, and silver works great. Like, don't get me wrong, silver works great. Ace fades on gold, be fine. Especially if you know I have an 88, 85 or higher, then gold's fine, for sure. But yeah, that's what I'd do if I'm on a slasher, really. But these badges, man, they're crucial. Trust me, they're almost more important than the attribute. If you have a 70s, then badges are gonna save you. An 80s, they're definitely gonna help you. A 90, I'm gonna say it definitely helps you because I feel like when you have a 90, you try more difficult shots than you normally would. Like you might do a fader 3 or try to do a step back 3 or something like that. And badges are definitely gonna help you do that. I mean, you're also going to need speed and stuff with doing anything. I'm going to say this. Anytime you try to shot crate, speed is key. The faster you are, the easier it is to shot crate. And especially with real player because you want to be as open as possible. And if you're faster than your opponent, then it's easier to get open. You can still be slow and get open. But here's the thing. If you're going to be slow, you got to be able to do something other than shoot. So you can be slow and shoot, but you got to be able to post score, you got to be able to slash, you got to be able to do something because shot crating is out the window. Especially if you have a low 70s ball, like it's out the window. So all you can really do is spot up. So you got to be able to do one of the other two to contribute to your team. But other than that, that's all I got for you. Thanks for watching. I'll hit you up with a new video.